Stuckey here, joined as always by my Big Bets on Campus podcast co-host, Colin Wilson. Just like we do each and every week, we will build a pair of primetime parlays on the FanDuel app. We will build a same-game parlay. We're going to do Notre Dame-USC in just a moment, and then we'll do a three-team moneyline primetime parlay. If you don't feel like writing all these down, that's okay. They will all be in the FanDuel app, college football section under Action. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Action Network YouTube channel to find all of our parlay videos, in addition to a lot of other content in the future. Colin, let's get right into it. Let's do a same-game parlay. Pretty big game here. USC's playoff chances are alive. They will host Notre Dame. They're a 5-point favorite here. I'm going to start off with Notre Dame. I'm taking the points here. I think this is too many points. I make this around a field goal, and I like the matchup, and I like the spot. I think Notre Dame will be able to control the clock. They're going to move the ball on the sticks. Reminds me a lot of that Oregon State game. Physical team, a lot better defense than what UCLA has. I think this is going to come right down to the wire. And look, Notre Dame has been one of the unluckiest teams in the turnover department. USC continues to get lucky, so maybe there's also a couple bounces that go Notre Dame's way, but they've thrived in this role all year. All the pressure's on USC. Bit too many points, and I like the matchup, so happy to take the Fighting Irish. What do you want to add on to here?
Yeah, I'm going to add tight end Michael Mayer to go over his receiving yards, and you wonder, where is Notre Dame? Where's the point of attack going to be so that they can get this cover for us? It's going to be through their tight end, and it's really been their best weapon the entire season. And how do we know that the USC's defense can't handle throws to the tight end? UCLA just had a tight end, a throwaway tight end that hasn't had many catches on the year, post 3 touchdowns against them last week. So the Trojans can't defend tight ends, and Notre Dame's biggest weapon is the tight end. So we're going to take a Michael Mayer over receiving yards.
Yeah. Move the sticks on the ground, hit the tight end in passing situations, maybe a couple early downs, and then for some explosive plays. Notre Dame is going to be able to control the clock and make this an uncomfortable game for USC. So I think the total is a little inflated after what we saw last week. This will be a different type of game. So let's add on the game under, which I think is a little correlated with Notre Dame. Notre Dame wants to slow this down, grind it down. So let's go with the same game parlay of Notre Dame plus the points, your boy Michael Mayer over reception yards, and then we'll take the full game under. All right, good stuff there. We still have one final parlay to build in prime time, and that's our prime time moneyline parlay. This week, we're going to do a 3-teamer. Let's start off with an anchor, a favorite that you feel really confident in. Colin, I'll let you choose where we go to anchor this 3-teamer.
Yeah, we're going to start with the Kansas State Wildcats. They're going up against their rival Kansas, but Kansas has just been non-existent since they got to 6 wins this season. They're playing some of the worst defense in the nation. They may get quarterback Jalen Daniels back, but Kansas State's going to be able to get more pressure on that quarterback and, stop what is going to be Kansas' only play on offense. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Jayhawks have just been terrible against offenses that can rush the ball, and that is great news for Deuce Vaughn. Expect a ton of explosive plays there. Kansas not only has issues with the rush, they have issues tackling, they have issues in coverage, they have issues everywhere on defense. So we're going to take Kansas State in a must-win game because they have to go to the Big 12 championship game. Must-win game. Kansas State starts us off with a win.
Yeah, I'm going to let's throw in Washington State here on the Palouse against Washington. This is by far, in my opinion, the best overall defense that Washington will have faced this year. When you look at the opposing defenses they faced, especially from a pass defense perspective, which is really important because that's all Washington does is pass. I mean, it does not get much easier than who they've faced. This will be a huge test for them. This is all the spot for Washington State. They'll be able to move the ball in Washington just like everyone does. Give me the home team with the better defense in a great spot, catching points here, and we'll take them on the money line. I think they get it done outright. All of the pressures on Washington here, and I think Washington State gets it done. Maybe arguably the most underrated defense in the country in Pullman. And why don't you close it out?
Yeah, I mean, one defense that's going to have success is going to be Air Force. Now, Air Force is going up against a newly branded San Diego State offense with a new quarterback. But the problem is that quarterback thrives on scrambles and design run attempts, and Air Force has been really good against dual threat quarterbacks this season at containing them, locking them up. They did that against Taylor Green with Boise State. So while Air Force is flexing their muscle on defense, offensively, San Diego State has never seen the triple option. Air Force runs that to a T. That's just going to be an issue for a San Diego State defense that is allowing a lot of points and a lot of yards. And if you look at the schedule of the San Diego State, they've been making a living on New Mexico's, Hawaii's, the Nevadas of the world. It's just not going to work against Air Force's defense and that triple option offense. So we will go with Air Force to round it out.
Yeah, down year for that usually stout Aztec defense. So that'll round out the 3-team primetime underdog parlay, the anchor, Kansas State. And then we're going to go with Washington State and Air Force. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck on all of your wagers this weekend. And again, a final reminder to make sure you subscribe to the Action Network YouTube channel. And you can catch all of our weekly parlay picks on the FanDuel app. Good luck.